Slinker. She is right here. She is going to be teaching our Algebra 2, our Pre-Cal, and our AP Calculus. Welcome to Mrs. Slinker. Also, we have Mrs. Beckham, who will be our 7th grade math teacher. Come on in, if you would, please, and have a seat. You're not going to interrupt us at all. Mrs. Beckham will be teaching 7th grade math. She is actually with her son, who is going to be a new 7th grader here at CC, and they are going through the orientation process. Also, we have Miss Indris. Miss Indris will be teaching 8th grade math, honors geometry, and finite math. So welcome to her. Thank you. A familiar face but new to CC is Mr. Charlie Roberts. Mr. Roberts will be Assistant Athletic Director, and he will also be teaching PE in the afternoon. Welcome, Charlie. Also joining us is Mrs. Poquette. She is going to be teaching our Spanish 1 classes, which are both held in the morning, and we are grateful for her bringing her skills to CC. So welcome her as well, please. Thank you. Something new to Central Catholic this year through a federal grant. It is written with IB Tech and also with Greater Lafayette Commerce. We are honored to have 2 full-time employees of IB Tech who will be working here at Central Catholic full-time. Jalen Schaefer is going to be our IB Tech career coach. She will be working with a selected group of students on 4-year plans, college admission, just a variety of things, and talking to some students perhaps about the opportunities in the workforce here in the Greater Lafayette area. Also part of that grant, we are going to have Mr. Gavin Greifogel. Many of you know him. He's part of our football program, but he is going to be serving as our Check and Connect coach. So again, he will be working with a select group of students, checking on grades, making communication with parents, and just trying to help some students find more success here at CC. We do have some familiar faces, but they are going to be playing some new roles this year. First of all, Mr. Duggins will be teaching both Theology 11, and he will be teaching Theology 12. In our Nights 360 room, Mrs. House will be leading the Nights 360, and she also will have a new interventionist working with her. Mr. Ney, who originally was in our Nights 360 program, he is now going to be in charge of our advanced PE courses here at CC, and then he will also be teaching PE part-time at St. Mary's. Our assistant campus minister and service learning coordinator is Mrs. Bonner. She worked last year in our service learning project and with our campus ministry as an administrative assistant, but we are going to have her here at CC more full-time and more as a assistant campus minister. And then finally, Ms. Beardmore will be our director of campus ministry. Just a reminder about drop-off. This is not new for many of you. For our junior high parents, reminder that most of our junior high students are going to enter and exit these doors. You can use the 2 aisles out here, the 2, like here where it is in red, and the one next to it.
Step that way.
Please.
Step that way.
Oh, am I in front of it? Sorry. Please make sure that you pull to the side so that as your child comes out, someone can pull up and pick up their child. So please do not block the center of that aisleway. One issue that we're having a little trouble with this year is we have had some parents who are parking in the student parking rows, and this creates some frustration for our student drivers and some frustration for you, I'm sure. But if you're wanting to pick up a child, please either park in these 2 areas here, or you'll need to also wait in the line. You can pick up here at the main door. Just a reminder, we've heard from some parents. I think maybe you have this saved in your search bar. If you are going to this website, the cc.lcss.org, that is our old website, and the information there will be outdated, okay? we have to keep this active for a while longer because our 4 o'clock announcements are generated through this website, and we are in the process of changing that over. But please, if you see this page, you are on the wrong website. This should be our current website. It should look like this. It's www.lcss.org. And this is the current page that you should see. On that page, please make sure when you click on Central Catholic that you go down to the far, on your right, to the parent portal. That holds a lot of information that pertains to you and to your student. That page contains things like our supply list, our reading list, our student handbook, the curriculum handbook, bell schedule, the calendar. So that parent portal is vital for each and every one of you to know how to access that. After school, we do offer study tables at Knight's Cafe. Again, most of you are familiar with this. Study tables is a supervised classroom until 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Students are required to, some students may be assigned to study tables by a teacher if there's an academic need for that. And this is conducted in a teacher's classroom. We also offer Knight's Cafe in the cafeteria. This is a more of a less structured environment. Students can eat, watch movies, do homework, but it is supervised Monday through Friday until 5 p.m. There are no study tables this first week of school, and there is no Knight's Cafe this first week of school. Just to give our teachers a chance to get the year started. We do have tutoring services available. Our National Honor Society students are available for tutoring. Mrs. Clark is the NHS sponsor for that, and you can begin signing up on the tutoring begins September the 6th. And we will get that information out if students need to sign up for that or if they would like to work with a National Honor Society student. This reminds me, we are recording our presentation, and all of the slides and the recording will be posted on the parent portal. Also, students, we have become a little bit laxed about having a parking pass. We had an incident last year, for example, a student's car was broken into. There was no parking pass, so we had no way to really identify who the car belonged to. It is really important for you, please, to get your parking pass. It is free. There are forms available out in the main entryway. Mr. Roberts will be in charge of those parking passes, so see him if you still need one and need to fill out a form. Also, we have seen an increase, especially during large events, such as graduation, football games, some break-ins into our cars. Please, please do not leave any valuables in the front seat of your car, back seat of your car. Please lock those things in your trunk if you need to, or bring them in, put them in your locker, and lock them up. We're sorry to say that that's happening, but it's a reality. So please don't leave anything valuable in sight. A reminder about entering the building here in the main entrance. There's a push button there, a call button. Come on in and we'll let you in. You are now able to bring things right to the main office. During COVID, as some of you remember, you had to leave things out on the table. We are open and functioning at 100%, so come on in. If you are visiting for a long period of time, we will ask you to wear a visitor's badge and a visitor's pass. Okay, uniforms. We know there have been some glitches, but trust me, compared to during COVID, it's much, much better. The orders are coming in at a better rate, but we know there are still some issues with uniforms. Please email Mr. Pataxel and myself if your child has not received some of their newly ordered uniforms, or if they have outgrown all of their uniforms and you haven't received them, and we'll provide some type of accommodation until those can be filled. Lost and found. Parents, if you could help kind of reiterate this for us. Every year, well, we find so many things laying on the floor and laying out, especially in our lockers. We have put out just what we have gathered in July, and it's amazing what all we find. I mean, shoes, expensive shoes and uniform pants. And then students become upset when they need to borrow a shirt or a tie, and we ask to hold their cell phone so that we know we will get the shirt and tie back, because we know they won't leave their cell phone with us. But they are not locking their items up in their lockers, or they're leaving them on the floor, then someone else takes it, it gets misplaced. So please, students, you need to be using your lockers. If you have lost your lock for the locker room, you can get a replacement lock in athletics for $5. It's the safest and the best way for you to ensure that your things will be safe and protected. Just a few upcoming events. Wednesday will be our first day for students, and that will be a regular uniform day. I know at the elementary, sometimes they start the first day with Mass. We are actually going to have our first all-school Mass on Thursday, and so Thursday will be our first all-school Mass and our first day for all-school Mass uniform. Friday, because we are having Mass on Thursday, Friday will be a regular uniform day and a regular bell schedule. On Friday, August 26th, we had traditionally in the past, we have done back to school night. Our numbers of attendance for back to school night have continued to decline. And even during COVID then, we had to cancel that. So we are going to try a different approach for our back to school night. Our purpose in back to school night is getting our teacher spaces out in front of our community for you to meet our teachers and see them, and again, to build community. This is a partnership that we have between all of us. So on Friday, August 26th, that is our first home football game against Lafayette Catholic. Our girls basketball team is also hosting a hog roast that night. And so our teachers will be out around the Circle Drive or in that area by departments. And we please encourage you to go up to each table to meet our teachers, introduce yourself, let them know who your student is. We are going to introduce our teachers at pregame before the basketball game, and kind of a nice way for us also to honor our teachers and to thank them for their work and their service. On Thursday, September 1st, if you are a parent of a high school student, we are going to be holding a very important meeting at 6 p.m. That meeting also will be recorded, but it is regarding graduation pathways. This is a new process, a new graduation requirements that have been enacted by the state of Indiana. And so that is going to force some changes. It's going to bring about some things that maybe we had not done here at CC before, as far as testing and what types of cut marks and benchmarks students must meet in order to meet the graduation requirements. There is a link that is in the PowerPoint, which you can go to and you can preview, but please mark your calendars for Thursday, September 1st, 6 p.m. School pictures are Friday, September 10th. That's an all-school Mass day, so they'll have their all-school Mass uniforms on for pictures. And also just a reminder, we are having our first e-learning day on Wednesday, September 14th, and that is K through 12. And if you want to get this on your calendars, our parent-teacher conferences are Wednesday, October 19th. We do it a little differently here at CC. Students on that day are dismissed at noon, and then we do conferences from approximately 1 to 4, and then 5 to 8. More information will be coming out about conferences. Just some reminders there about some all-school Mass because of fall break. This year we are doing 2 days for fall break. On Friday and then the following Monday. Again, all of that information is on the school calendar, which you can find in the parent portal. Our business office is going to be communicating this week, or maybe they have, with all of you with some directions on how to update and complete the registration process. We know that many of you have already completed demographic information when you re-enrolled or when you enrolled. So we're trying to condense that process for you so that you do not have to re-type all of that information. But every family does need to complete this, so please be watching for that email with those directions. Here again is the link for the graduation pathways about the new graduation requirements. So please take a look at that if you would. And again, mark that date for that parent meeting. Okay, at this time, I'd like to bring up Mrs. Suppinger. She's going to speak with you about apple dumplings. What a good thing to talk about.
All right, welcome back. I am super excited to be in charge of apple dumplings again this year, and I hope that you are all excited about being participants of it. Again, this is our big fundraiser we do for our student accounts. Student accounts is, we do our dances out of it. We try to have class parties. This helps with the senior trip. So everybody is asked to participate, and many of you have probably participated in the past, and we would love to have you help out again. We try not to use the word required or expected, but we do hope that you will all participate in some way. So besides having apple dumplings on the 14th and 15th, Friday the 14th is set up. We get the whole cafeteria ready to go to make, this year, 4,000 dumplings. Last year we made 3,000 dumplings and made cleared $10,000. So, so this year we're hoping to clear $15,000 with your help. Sign-ups will start going out after Labor Day. That way you don't have to forget what you did. We don't want it to get out there too soon. Usually, sophomore and freshmen help with the setup and the making. The making is all day on Saturday, and we usually do it in shifts of 2 to 3 hours, depending on how many students are in each class. And then we ask the juniors to help sell and advertise. Now, I know you are looking at that date of October 21st and 22nd and going, but that's fall break. And I know that many of you will be gone, so we will be selling dumplings as well on the 16th of October at our fall festival. So there's an opportunity for you to sign up for that. If you have jobs and you can't work on the weekend, we ask people to go out and put all of these signs up. I hope you saw some last year in the yard and on the corners. They're yard signs that we just plaster everywhere, and posters. So there is something for everyone. There's something for you to do behind the scenes to help actually make them and to help sell. So please keep your eye out in September for signups, and I will be as accommodating as I can. But please, the more we sign up, the better it is, and I don't have to use the word you must or it's required. So looking forward to a great apple dumpling, and make sure you guys start saving your date and advertising, because buying them is highly important, especially since we're making 4,000 this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
All right. For those of you who don't know me already, I'm Mr. Metaxel, the assistant principal here. Glad to see that we're all back here and made it. Boys, you good over there? All right. So I'm going to go through a few things very rapidly. There hasn't been many changes on the discipline or attendance side, but we're going to go through it anyway, just to make sure we're all on the same page at the beginning of the school year. So the first thing is up at the parent portal and in this presentation, which will be posted to the parent portal soon. We do have the new parent-student handbook that's available for you guys. I know you've been waiting for this all summer, so I know you're excited about it, but it is ready to go. Just a few things that I want to highlight, changes. A lot of this stuff is going to be the same, but a few changes. One of them, which arose last year, that we put in there is food delivery. So as a student, if you wanted to order a Grubhub or Uber Eats, that's something we're no longer allowing, or we didn't allow, but now we are definitely no longer allowing that to the school. As a parent, if you want to come and drop food off to your student, you can. You can come to the front door and drop it off in the front office, and your student can pick it up at lunchtime. But as far as independent third-party delivery services, we're asking students to not utilize those. During the school hours. So after school, of course, if you have practice and there's a time and you need food ordered because you can't, that is fine. But during the school hours, when we have our doors locked and everything, we're asking that is not going to happen. So we don't want anyone ordering to side doors and doors being open. So a safety precaution there. And then another thing about food and drink, we're in the process of, always in the process of upgrading our school, and one thing that we've started to do is put more carpet into the classroom. So we're asking no more food or drink in the classroom unless it's a scheduled school event. So we do have scheduled school events where there are food and drinks in the classroom, but just as far as a regular school day, we're going to minimize that. If you do need water, of course, you can have water in the classroom. If you have a water bottle, that is fine. But coffees, sodas, things, we're trying to keep those because we're trying to keep our school as clean as possible as well as food. All right, these are just a few reminders. Nothing really changed, but just want you guys to all be ready for day one. Absences. If you do have an absence, or you know you're going to be out, or you wake up and the student's sick, please do call us here at the school or email the front office, which is easy to remember, frontoffice@lcss.org before 9 a.m., just so we can get that in the books, and you won't receive a call later to see where you're student. So try to communicate as best you can if you know you're going to have an absence, or if you wake up and you need to have an absence during that day. Just communicate with us so we can make sure that that is correct on our system. Now, one thing the Indiana Department of Education is starting to look at a lot more for school grading, which is really important, is attendance. So all schools are a bit under the microscope to make sure that their attendance is accurate and is tip-top. So we're asking you as parents to help us in that process by communicating as best as you can when your student is not going to be in school. So prearranged absence form, if you do know it's prearranged, there are forms that your student can pick up in the front office. They get them signed by other teachers and they come back to me prearranged. That's the best, just so we know ahead of time, then you don't have to worry about calling in the day of. Another thing, tardies before and after school, those do get monitored. They do accumulate, and there are consequences depending on how many tardies get per each 9 weeks, so per quarter. But just so you know, tardies are taken at the beginning of the day plus every single period of the class. So you have 7 opportunities to earn tardies. Most of our students, they can get to class on time, so that's not a big deal, but I just want to let all the parents know. And then cell phones. So this hasn't changed, but we all have cell phones. Cell phones should not be in the classroom. Do students have them in the classroom? Yes, they probably do. So cell phones are not to be out in the classroom. They're not to be making noises, buzzing, or vibrating. If they are, there's consequences associated with it. Students could have their phone taken away. So students, this is more on you. Leave your cell phones in your locker. If not, make sure they're silent and or off, away and out of sight. Dress code reminders, again, nothing much has changed. I won't read this down, but the one big thing I just want to mention, the hooded sweatshirts. Unfortunately, no, we can't wear hooded sweatshirts this upcoming year. I understand that there are a lot of LCC or LCSS equipment that has hoods on it, especially if you get it from a sports team or you even buy it at the armory, they sell them with hoods on it. Unfortunately, at this time, students aren't to wear them during the school day. You can wear them after school, you can wear them after sporting event, you can wear them on the weekends, but no hoods. And then same thing for Spirit Days, jeans, sweatpants, but no hoodies, no coats, none of that other stuff that's up there. Again, our students do a pretty good job at following this, so I'm not going to dive too deep into it, but all this information, of course, is in the parent-student handbook as well. And then shorts, yes, you are permitted to wear shorts, boys, but only during the months posted up here on the board of August, September, May, and June. So if you want to come, not tomorrow, Wednesday with shorts on, you are a go. Oh, and no shorts. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. During all school mass. I don't think we ever had that issue, but just an FYI.
Do you want to go through these? Can I skip through these pretty quick?
Yeah, we're going to skip through these pretty quick. These are more for
New students.
our newer students. If you guys know all that, go back on.
There you go.
All right. PE uniform. If you are taking PE, just know we are back in uniform for PE. Make sure you have the required equipment to do so. That can be found at the athlete. The alcohol, drug, and tobacco policy for those of you who are in grade 9 through 12, especially for those freshmen, just just know that you are now in our random drug selection. We do those once a month. We select a number of students once a month for a random drug screening. We only do it for our high school students, so if you are an 8th grader moving into 9th grade, just know you will now be in that pool. Again, more information is found there. I won't read down through this, but it's a way that we can try to keep our community as safe as possible and making sure there's no drugs in our community, or trying as best to as we can.
Mrs. Rainey.
All right, and now I'm going to hand it over to Mrs. Lori Rainey. She's going to talk a little bit about our lunch program here at Central Catholic.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to touch base a little bit with you to talk about some of the changes that we have going on. As you may have heard, meals are no longer free. USDA did not pass down the waiver for this year. So meals will cost $3.45 for a complete meal, which includes basically your entree, all the fruit and vegetables like you want, a side, and then a milk as well. We do have free reduced applications available at all times in the office and right outside the cafeteria that you can fill out and we'll process immediately. I encourage everyone to please fill one out. Starting next week, we will have the after-school snack bar in the cafeteria. So anyone that's staying after school will have snacks available for purchase, pizza, sandwiches, cookies, pretzels, all those type of things as well. We will have the same basic lines that we had starting off the school year that we always have, the pizza and the grill and the classics. We've got a lot of new different menu items that we are putting on this year. So you might see some different things on there. And everyone still needs their student ID. That's very important when you come through so that we can scan your ID. We never know who may be at the register and they may not know you because I have people kind of, helping out here and there. So it's very important that you have your student ID when you come through the line. We do have our menus available on the NutriSlice app, which is the easiest way to access them. They also have all the allergen information that you may need. So if you have an allergy or you're looking for any type of nutrition information, it's all available. So I encourage everyone to download the NutriSlice app. It's updated for the most part pretty regularly. Sometimes, if we have to switch something out the day before, especially like at an elementary level or here, it doesn't hit that in time because it takes like 16 hours, but for the most part, it's very accurate. Thank you.
Welcome. Wonderful to see everyone. This is actually one of my favorite days of the year. Seeing everyone smile as they walk in the door, and hopefully that will last the entire year. I'm Melanie Davis, the Director of Student Services, and we have a returning staff this year. A little change with the Night 360 room. Mrs. Amstutz and Mrs. Weiss are the two counselors who you probably picked up your schedules from. I want to note here that we are turning on the change request today. And so if there are changes to your schedule, if you need to make a request, that link will be posted in Schoology. It will also be on the 4 o'clock announcements. And you can make those, what's that?
And the parent portal.
And the parent portal.
Yep.
And you can make changes through Wednesday, August 31st. So again, kind of speak to parents, chat with your children, how class is going, make sure if there are consideration for schedule changes, that they get those in before Wednesday, August 31st. Back to the other one I want to introduce.
Sure. I'm sorry.
Cindy has. Student support. This changed a little bit. Coach Nay was the prior teacher of record in our Night 360 room, and now Mrs. House, who's been with us as an interventionist, she is now the lead teacher in that room. Mrs. House, raise your hand back there. We're excited that you're back with us. Thank you. And then Mrs. Perrier, who is also out there sharing the, delivering the schedules. She's out front. So you see her beautiful face every time you walk into student services. Okay, next slide. We will continue with our social emotional resilience initiative, and that is pretty much following state standards for social emotional learning. We want resilience to be developed through social awareness, self-management, self-awareness, relational skills, and decision-making for students, positive decision-making. So through the school year, we will address that by having Encounter Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, the junior high will have the similar SEL lessons that have been done for the past 3 school years. And then the high school students will have activities and some lessons incorporated. For the high school activities, they may be literally playing a game, but all will align with the different standards that the junior high is working on as well. They're not going to be the same material, but it will be following the same standard. So some of the things, again, may change a little bit for the junior high as well, but we are looking forward to this year because I think we have some great ideas and we're excited to share them with all the students. Parent encounters, there will be lunch and learn sessions again throughout the school year, and PACE is helping me a great deal organize that and set it up based on what the parents want to hear and learn about. The first one will be Tuesday, September 14th, and then we will also have the Gift of Failure book study for all incoming 7th graders. I know they received the book, and if you're interested, there will be a registration on 4 o'clock announcements, parent portal, and in Schoology coming up. The best screener, back to the other slide.
Sorry.
The best screener, this is something we've done for the past, she's excited to get through this, Mrs. Robertson. This is something that we used as a temperature check following COVID, and it was a great way to kind of see where students were coming in. We will continue that this year. It's really nice for us to kind of touch base, have check-ins with students who may be just demonstrating some insecurities or fears at the start of the school year, and then do another check-in mid-year. So it's turned out very positive for us as faculty, for teachers, for the 1010 teachers especially, because they kind of have an idea of who might be struggling and a little bit, and can just touch base and connect with them, and that's super important right now. And then finally, just communication. So this will happen through the Student Services virtual office. We do have Mrs. House on here now, so she's not represented in this screenshot, but that will be weekly, posted 4 o'clock announcements. It'll be also on Schoology. Every student Schoology class, like their Schoology group will have the Student Services virtual office. So if you miss something on the 4 o'clock announcements, you want to find it, just go to their 1010 class and you will see it. And then there's also going to be a blog on the website, on the CC website. So if you go to Student Services, which is under the Academic Resources tab, if you go to Student Services, you will see the blog. So hopefully communication will be plentiful. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks for being here.
Mr. Burnett.
Thank you and welcome back, everyone. Looking forward to another great academic and athletic year this year. All of our high school fall sports have started. They all had scrimmages last week and first contest this week. Girls golf had their first match last week and their second one tonight. So we're excited for what the fall season is going to bring. Junior high sports. We will be having a call out for volleyball this Thursday after school. So 8th graders, if you're interested in volleyball after school, be a call out for that. Also excited again this year, all of our students, junior high and senior high students, will receive a free season pass for all events. You should be getting an email this week from EventLink, so please, when you get that email, make sure you download your season pass and you can bring that to any athletic event. So again, we're excited to have good crowds, and we encourage all our students to attend as many events as possible. One change we have this year for parents is we are assigning game and concession workers. So if you're playing a fall sport, your coaches will be sending out a list this week of assignments for gate and concession. And once you are registered with EventLink, you'll get a daily reminder, and there's a little click on tab there to purchase tickets. So you can purchase individual tickets on that tab, or if our opponents are an EventLink school, which the majority of them are, you can buy tickets for away games for those events as well. So you should get this daily email reminder from EventLink. And then also, to purchase season passes. You can go on our athletic website, and the prices are up here for each of the different levels.
Sure. Oh,
So you can find out any season passes or individual passes on our athletic website for all of our home events. And with that, I'll turn it over to
Ms.
Mrs.
Beardmore.
Beardmore.
Hi there, I'm Katie Beardmore. I'm the Director of Campus Ministry, so I take care of all things faith. Our liturgy and prayer opportunities, our service learning, retreat, student formation, and then our school-wide Catholic identity. I also collaborate with our other parts of the school to make sure we're keeping Christ at the focus, and then I'm here for you in whatever you need. And this is Mrs. Bonner.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Bonner. I am the coordinator for our service learning program here, and I'm the assistant campus minister, so I will also be helping Ms. Beardmore with some of the ministry and the retreats and things like that.
Okay, one thing that is new this year, we're really excited about this. The first room after the teacher's lounge, room 101, is now the campus ministry office. And we're really excited for this, but most importantly for it to be the center of the school, so that junior high, senior high, whatever, you can pass by, and especially if you need anything, you need to come talk to us. If you need to ask about service hours, we're right there, right in the middle of the school for you. Okay, retreats this year are, as usual, our 7th grade retreat is this Friday. 8th graders, where are my 8th graders? Where are you? Okay, 8th grade, we're doing a service retreat with you. We are going out into the community. You're going to get directed and direct service all day on Wednesday, September 7th. Freshmen, where are you? Freshmen and sophomores. Let me see freshmen and sophomores. Freshmen and sophomores, we are bringing in a retreat experience for you. 2 days, you're going to get 2 different experiences, but that is in April, 19th and 20th. Juniors, where are the juniors? Juniors, it's time. It is your time. You've been waiting. It's a search retreat, which we have moved back to Camp Tecumseh, back to a 3-day retreat. And we're really excited about that. Our seniors are ready to lead. That is in November, right before Thanksgiving. And seniors?
How about seniors stand up?
Seniors, stand up.
Where are seniors?
Mrs. Robertson says, seniors, stand up.
Let's hear it for our seniors.
Let's hear it for our seniors. It is your time to shine.
That's right.
Seniors, your retreat is Wednesday, September 28th. Our seniors also have the opportunity to lead on Surge, and we're really excited for that. Juniors and seniors, if you look at the bottom here, if you are interested in being a retreat leader for any of the underclassmen retreat, there's a mandatory retreat leader training tomorrow afternoon from 1 to 3. If you missed that, you just let us know. We'll put you on a wait list. But if you want to be a retreat leader, that is tomorrow, that training. So Mrs. Bonner is going to tell you a little bit about service learning, but I just want to say, in the history of Central Catholic High School, junior, senior, we have never had a service learning coordinator, and we do now. So can we give Mrs. Bonner a round of applause? This is a big deal.
Okay, so we are going to do service learning a little bit differently this year. We are really excited because we are coming back into the classroom, okay? So I'm going to be joining you in your theology class once a month, teaching you a lesson about what our focus is for that month. We are going to have a service learning opportunity of the month each month, and it is going to be great, and you guys are going to have a lot more assistance and ideas thrown at you. Some reminders, we are using the mobile serve platform again, so you can either download the app on your phone or you'll be able to visit it on the website, and you use your school login to sign in for that. We will go in depth and in detail about how to log into this at our first service learning meeting at the end of the month, so don't worry about it right now. A few changes, like I said, I'm going to be in your class, and we also now have the spreadsheet that I keep to know how far along you are in your service learning hours is available online for you to view, and more importantly, for your parents to view. So you have access to my spreadsheet that Okay, on our LCSS website, we have added some links. So here we have our service learning program, and you will be able to view the spreadsheet on here. This is what it looks like. At the bottom, there's a tab for each grade. So just go to the bottom, click what grade your kid is in, and you'll be able to see them. You can see all of your kids here on the same sheet. There's different columns. So in the column with the numbers, it will say how many service hours they've completed in that category. Once they have met their requirement, there will be a check mark next to the category. All right, we also have a link on the website to an ongoing opportunity page. So if we have stuff going on that you can do all the time, then you'll be able to see it on this form. So say serving a meal at LUM or serving at the food pantry or something like that. Our specific events like German Fest and things like that will still be on mobile serve for you to sign up. But ongoing events you can find at this link, which is on the website and on mobile serve.
Okay, we're excited for our theme this year, which we will reveal. What was our theme last year? Be saints.
Do something.
Do something, right? We had a song for it, everything, right? So we're excited for our theme this year. We will reveal that the second week of school, so not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, all together in the gym as usual. And just know that we are here for you. Our email addresses are there, parents, if you need to ask us anything service hour related or otherwise, but especially coming down to our new campus ministry office. We want to see you. We're here for you. You can message us on Schoology, and we are always praying for you. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome, everybody. I'm here to represent PACE. We have new leadership this year. We've added to Jennifer Page, myself, Barb Schumer, Lindsay Jones, and Julia Tanny. So PACE is a parent organization at Central Catholic. All parents, grandparents, and guardians are members of PACE. Our PACE mission is to provide academic enrichment, opportunities for our students, teacher support, and a sense of community for all Central Catholic families. PACE typically relies on parent donations and fundraisers to support our teacher grants, academic enrichment for our students, community building, and teacher appreciation efforts. I would like to thank everybody for the past support that you have given for all of our activities, that you have donated items or your service, but then we are going to continue on this year to ask for your support in those donations again. So our largest fundraiser is the fish fry, which these two ladies are going to talk to you in a minute. I would like to give you other examples of what we have done. Like during Catholic Schools Week, we have a teacher's luncheon. We do ice cream bars for the students, academic support for the Super Bowl, Teacher Appreciation Week, and then I'll let these ladies talk about the fish fry.
Hello, my partner in crime here, Chris Clute, and Hannah Carlin. We're taking over the fish fry this year, co-chairing it from Jennifer Page. So with lots of guidance from her, we're going to take this on. This is the biggest fundraiser of the school year for PACE. Like last year, we had so many parent volunteers, and we need that again this year. Last year, the fish fry fed almost 500 people, and this year we're planning for 600. So all the signups are out front out here, and we really hope to have everybody come sign up and help, just like they did last year. It's a huge undertaking, and we need a lot of help.
So as Hannah said, the day for the fish fry this year will be Friday, September 30th. It'll be from 5 to 7 p.m. And again, it's our major fundraiser for PACE, so all the funds that we use go to fulfill all the things that Mrs. Schumer just mentioned as far as Teacher Appreciation Week, etc. So we will need parent and student helpers this year. So I will make sure that Mrs. Bonner gets the student helper, the jobs and different things that the students can sign up for as well. So look for that soon. The volunteer sheets, like Hannah said, are out in the front hallway. We will also have a Sign Up Genius volunteer volunteer form going out, so look for that on the daily announcement. So, thank you.
Our teachers do feel very loved. Our parents take very good care of our teachers, and we're very grateful. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Caroline Sanders, but I haven't met you yet. Okay, just a few, excuse me one moment. I'm just gonna do this one right here. Okay, so a couple of new things. We have a new policy. A new policy, if you lose or have a stolen laptop, the parent or guardian is responsible for the entire cost of replacing the device. So if the device is stolen, please report it to the technology help desk. It's helpdesk@lcss.org. And just write that down in general. If you need anything from us, you just let us know. We're happy to help you out at any time. So anyways, if it's also stolen, a police report does need to be filed so that we can get that covered and take care of the insurance on that. Another good thing for students, we have a new printing system. So if you look on the bottom of your laptop, there's an asset tag. There's a 4-digit number there, and that is, you'll be printing to one print queue. It's called LCSS printers. You'll see it on your laptop. It'll just be there right when you open it, and then you go to either the copier outside of Mr. Paxel's office or the one down at the tech desk. You type in your 4-digit code and log in, and then you can print your jobs from there. Just a couple of reminders, since you're all veterans, the case stays on. If you take the case off, you void the insurance, and you'll be responsible for any breaks that happen. A couple of common breaks would be stacking a lot of books on it, overloading your book bag, spilling water. We've seen a few of those. Closing it with AirPods, pencils, things in it like that. Those happen all the time. The first break is free. We send it in, get fixed. The second one is $100. The third one is $250, and these things are cumulative, so they don't restart once you start a new year here at CC. Reminder that your laptop is monitored by LCSS and our team. We have our securely software on there. It's to keep you safe. It's to keep you off of websites that you don't need to be on, keep you on track, so we can have a great school year. One minor note, if no one is manning the tech desk during the school year, go ahead and come into our office. We're right inside the library there. If Mrs. Bullock or I are there, we can help you out. We're trying to fill that up with some more students. Student services being very helpful with that. So, but for some reason there's not someone there. Just come on in our office, and unfortunately, if we're not there, we might have to catch you another time. And then last thing for parents, last year we started the LCSS Community Directory through Directory Spot. At the end of this month, once we get all our new students and everything in, I will be sending out an email to anyone that didn't sign up last year. It'll come to your email through Directory Spot, and you can sign up from there. And it's an app that has class lists, helpful links, everything like that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us anytime. Thank you.
Mrs. Sanders joined our tech team late last school year, and so we are thrilled to have her back this year. She'll be starting right from the get-go. Appreciate all of her sharing of her talents. So, we have some more information up here at the front. If you need some information about how to order uniforms or where to purchase uniforms, we have a flyer up here regarding that. Also, if you're not familiar with the excused absence form, it is in the parent portal, but also there are some hard copies here if you'd like to review those. The parent quick guide, your child should pick that up when they pick up their schedule. It is a 2-sided cardstock. It's a great refrigerator piece. I mean, it has bell schedule, it has some important calendar dates, it has event link information. If you've not signed up for event link, you really need to get signed up for that. That's how we do our school closings. It's also a lot of our event notification system. Let's see here, event link, yep, okay. Okay, lost and found items, don't forget to check those at the back, please, because those are going to Millie's at the end of the day today. Also, over here on these 2 bleachers, we have several items, school-type items, hand sanitizers, notebooks, pencils, things that have been left or donated. If anyone is in need of any of that, please help yourself and take those. And finally, just thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your children with us. We do treasure the time that we have with them, and we just thank you for your continued support. You pick up schedules, pick up laptops. See you Wednesday. They are out the door. Bye. If anyone has any questions,